Hey, Shalom Makim, this is Yahweh Tazah coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful day during all afflictions, seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Wahabrakak Kodash, Barakatam Akim. Alright, I just want to do a movie review, movie that I watched last night on Netflix. It's a new release. To you brothers out there that they haven't watched it yet, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to go into it a little bit. It's kind of going to be like a spoil alert, but, you know, I'm going to just dive into it, you know what I'm saying. I didn't do a review over the movie Bird Box. I already knew brothers were going to jump on that, you know, so this one is much appreciated, especially to the brothers that we know of the chariots. We know what they are. We know what those balls of light are in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying this movie could be very well underrated compared to Bird Box. But to us brothers that are in the know, this movie will be very well appreciated to you brothers that watch it and that are serious in watching my videos and our videos and really taking into consideration what brothers advise other brothers to watch, all right, and things of that nature. So and the Netflix it's called First Light, but I believe it's either At First Light or First Light. And I'm gonna go ahead and just read it right here. It says, a high school senior, Alex, has an encounter one night with mysterious lights, and it leaves her with dangerous supernatural abilities, but no recollection of who she is or how she got the powers. She then comes across her friend Sean and offers to take her into his home until she is better. However, when a mysterious organization with questionable motives tracks her down, the two are forced to run away, embarking on an adventure to unearth the truth of what actually transpired that one night. Okay, so in the movie, all right, like I said, it's gonna be a spoiler, so if you don't want to watch this video, don't watch it. Just watch the movie first. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going into and showing the spiritual aspect on certain key points that I'm gonna bring out in this movie. All right, like I said, it's not gonna be nowhere near compared to Bird Box, you know what I'm saying, which you know how Esau does his thing, you know, with certain movies, or he stars certain key actors or actresses in the movies to get higher ratings and views and things of that nature. But this one, like I said, brothers that are in the know will be very well will appreciate this movie, okay, because it goes into the chariots. And brothers that understand are going to see how it ties into the elect, how the elect are going to receive spiritual power, and how the elect are going to be transfigured into that heavenly body, doing away with sin and not being in this weak nature, this carnal nature and things of that nature. So in the beginning of the movie, you'll see a man, you know, there's going to be a light going over the town, you know. Of course, obviously, you're going to straight up see that it's a UFO, an unidentified flying object, which we know them as chariots according to the scriptures. All right, the Bible does talk about so-called UFOs, which they are known as chariots, or the angels of the Lord of hosts, which the word host goes back to the word army. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is the Lord of his army, and they are what people on the earth call UFOs. So in this movie, they're showing you what they are, man. They're balls of light. They can manifest, demanifest themselves. They're fast as lightning. You cannot catch them. You will not catch them. If they want to be seen, though, it's because they want to be seen. If you catch them with the neck, with your eyes, because they allowed you to be seen, allowed you to see them. All right. Other than that, they will not make themselves known like that. All right. And in the movie, they show you as them being as balls of light, which us brothers, we see them all the time in the heavens. You know, going across the sky. People say, no, those are satellites, those are airplanes. You know, people are going to have their doubts. They're going to have their disbeliefs. But that's fine, you know. So in this movie, they show you that, and then a man encounters like 3 or 4 chariots that are like in the color like an orange, reddish color. All right, and he's following them, and to the point where they go into a cloud. Okay, and we all know what it says in the scriptures, that Yahushua makes the clouds his chariots. Okay, so in the movie, you know, they make it, like I said, or Esau makes all movies regarding love, or 2 people, a man and a woman, that love each other, like each other, and, you know, like I read right here, how they embark in a journey to reveal or find out what really happened that night. Well, basically, there's a man and a girl, you know, obviously, you know, the pictures right there, Stephanie Scott and Theodore Pellerin. They're the ones that are, you know, like each other, and the girl Stephanie Scott is the one that receives that spiritual power. Well, if you have a spiritual eye, you'll notice, you know, you'll see them, you know, like all of us, we all came out of the world, we're partying, drinking, smoking, you know, messing with girls, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's how you're gonna see them. They're just kids, you know what I'm saying? They just goes into the water, and the water scene is, to me, in the spirit, was the spiritual baptism. Okay, and she died. Her old self died away, but then the chariot came over her body while in the water and revived her and gave her, endowed her with spiritual power. Yeah, and then like I read, she didn't have any recollection of any kind of memory or who she was, right? Because her old self died away, so she had to regain new memories. You know what I'm saying? And then with that, she had the spiritual power, and she was understanding certain things, you know, quickly. It's just like us brothers, the elect. That's how we came in. We came in through that spiritual water, you know, and we're reborn again. You know, you have to be reborn again to be able to see the kingdom of heaven. All right. So this woman, this actress Stephanie Scott in the movie, you know, she was the one that was chosen. You know, and the boy Theodore, he was the one that liked her and was willing to do anything for her, to be with her, to stay with her, to help her, you know, because of that love he had for her, you know. And the girl, you know what I'm saying, like, she didn't know what happened. She just knew that she had those powers. You know, she couldn't give him an answer. But that's how the elect we know the answer. You know, the Most High tells us that he's going to endow the elect with power, man. That, you know, healing is in the wings of him, you know. And we're gonna be healed, you know. And then you look at the boy's life, Theodore. When you watch the movie, he's poor, his grandma's sick. Or matter of fact, you know, the girl Stephanie Scott, she heals his grandma, you know, brings her back to life. Basically, she was on the brink of death, and revives her with that spiritual power, man. And she was happy about it, even though she could not explain to him how or why. She was happy, and that's how the Most High is gonna use the elect, is to rejuvenate the earth, man, to heal the earth, to heal the inhabitants of the earth. It tells you that in Revelations, was it 22, right? That is going to be the healings, the leaves are going to be the healings of the nations. They talk about the trees on both sides of the river, all right, that pure flowing river, all right. So and he was, you know, he was happy. But what I'm trying to say is that they were poor and sick, and yeah, there are a bunch of Edomites or whatever, you know. But that, besides that point, you know what I'm saying, don't look at it for what it's the carnal eye see, but what the spiritual eye sees. Okay, we know this is Esau's kingdom, but spiritually, they're showing you the truth. They're showing you the chariots, man. They know what they are. They know they're balls of energy. You know, whether they can manifest themselves into an object of, you know, that is of mass or not. You know what I'm saying? They have that ability to do either or. But they're showing you that they are pure energy, and we know that the angels are as fire, man. Okay, so she was able to do that, you know, and he was on the point of dying too, because the energy that she was emanating off of her was causing people to get sick, you know, because of the energy she had. It was like almost like radiation. They were getting cancer. So she had that power, man. Nobody could fuck with her. You know, they had to arm themselves, protect themselves to even be in her presence, you know. So basically, you know, at the end, she calls out to the angels, you know, and it's a beautiful scene, man. Y'all brothers watch it, man. That the last scene of this movie is a beautiful scene, man, because it shows you how the elect are going to be, you know, transfigured, man. It's going to show you how they're going to be taken into the chariot, you know. And this movie is a tad different versus the scriptures, you know, going to be sound of a trumpet. Gonna, you know, it says going to come up hither, but it, you know, whether the people may be able to hear it or it may be spoken to us in our minds, and we're going to hear it in our minds and we're going to be taken up. But it's a beautiful scene either way. And before she goes, you know, she heals him because he was dying of cancer, and she all the angels come from the heavens. She called out to them, and they all come to her rescue, because they were taken into a facility where they were doing trying to do like understand her what was going on, but she was too powerful for them to hold her, and she calls out to the angels, and they come to her rescue, and she is transfigured before his eyes, and she tells him, "Don't worry, because we are here." And that's a beautiful and encouraging word, because that's what us elect, the brothers out here on the highways and the byways, what we do, what we striving for, and what we're fighting against the flesh, fighting against this world. That's what we want, man. We're seeing all this sickness, this death, you know. Yeah, it was played by a woman. That, like I said, besides those facts, besides those things that you want to see with your eye, look at what's being conveyed to you. You know what I'm saying? And she heals him and tells him, "Don't worry, because we are here." You know, and I saw him. He was a poor man. He was a poor boy, teenager. You know, all they knew was sickness. You know, dearth. You know, they didn't know any mirth, and with the mirth that they did know was just through alcohol, drugs, partying with the other bunch of badass kids. But at the end of it all, he wasn't happy with that life. You know, when we watched the movie, you know, he wanted that peace. He wanted that healing, and that's what we want, man. You know what I'm saying? So this movie is a very good movie, man. Like I said, it's either they call it At First Sight or At First Light or First Light, and it's on Netflix. Brothers, check it out. You know, in a sense, I kind of saw it as at first sight. You know how like when a man and a woman see each other, that's at first sight, they fall in love. But really, it was at first light that you're supposed to fall in love with, man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to fall in love with your first love, which is ultimately Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It tells you that in the book of Revelations. You know, return unto your first love. You know, remember from whence thou has fallen. You know, and she was chosen. This girl was chosen to receive the spiritual power and to ultimately be delivered, to be taken into a chariot. You know, so let me go into some scriptures real quick. Go to I want to just go into Matthew chapter 5, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and he was set. His disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And more or less, you brothers that watch this video in its wholeness, you know, and you'll see why I brought these scriptures out here in Matthew 5 and how I'm equating it to that movie, man. All right, let's go over here to Malachi chapter 4, verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. See? And that's what we want. We want healing from that light, man. From that pure light, that light that radiates off Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. That is likened unto the sun. The eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Salaki. All right. So that light that emanates off of him is with healing, man. You know, it says, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. You know, you're gonna be fed, you're gonna be nourished, you're gonna be brought up. You know, you're gonna be brought up and raised healthy. You know, but the point is that there's healings. There's healing in his wings, man. All right. So, like I said, you brothers that are in the know, y'all can. This movie is very well. It will be very well appreciated. You know, like I said, it ain't gonna meet to the measure of Bird Box, especially the views and the kind of you know, the reviews and the things of that nature that it received from a broad range of people, man. You know, not just from your brothers, but everywhere.